good matchup in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys, losers of 2 straight, hoping to get back on track here. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys came up short on the road last week. Now they're trying to turn things around. The snow continuing to pile up at game time. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. How does he eliminate that run interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
The numbers for Johnson in last week's game, 11 carries, 51 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Back to throw. Franklin. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. A first down carry here for Johnson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. You look at this Browns defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
3rd and 6.
From the gun on 3rd down, Franklin. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
2nd and 11. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. The gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Franklin. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. That's going to be caught by Judy. Here's 3rd and 10. left to throw here. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
He gets away from one. Down to the 42, second down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 107 yards, and the touchdown.
When you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run. Here's the rookie from Michigan. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. You look at the Steeler defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
And the Browns first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
23-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They run the counter. Sampson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2nd down in the yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now Williams running left. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
We're scoreless after 1. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. He'll try again. Try to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
And his kick is indeed good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes the Cleveland defense. They get ready and set for the next possession. They forced the punt the last time, got off the field. I'm sure some of your D coordinators through the years, you liked when you heard those words, get off the field.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Or maybe you didn't like it when you heard those words.
Depending on when they were yelling them. But in this situation, absolutely perfect. Get off the field, force a punt, let the offense take over and do their thing, and it resulted in a field goal.
And we'll see if they can do that again. They run the toss with Dobbins. Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. A toss, left side, Johnson. And shoving him off now on the field. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That good for 19 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back? That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. And I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. It's giving me the evil eye, folks. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield. It may be turned into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a 2nd option, and go and take the play that's in front of him.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 3rd and 4.
A yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw. Franklin. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play there on the catch and run. And it will result in a fresh set of downs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Johnson on the counter. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Channing Tingle is there for the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw. Franklin. That is caught. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's good for the Steelers.
Johnson is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. To Johnson again. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. J.K. Dobbins, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try to put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Jerry Jeudy. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Cleveland.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st down.
Now a give, right side. Sampson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Steelers' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Throwing to start the drive. Franklin. He gets it left side of Johnson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Off the draw. Here's Johnson. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Again, it's Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Brings up second and 12. At the 38.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Franklin. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 15 of the NFL season, playoff time for you fantasy football players. But for the real teams, the home stretch is starting. Let's get into it. Our journey through the NFL starts now. In Tampa, the Buccaneers at home to take on the Commanders. And this is Jaden Daniels. Touchdown from 20 yards away. The Commanders tough it out to get the win in a game that could serve as a preview of the NFC title game. With that, let's give you a look at the playoff picture in the AFC through 15 weeks. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. The Browns offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's now second and 10.
The play action fake, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this third and long. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a handoff to Johnson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
From the gun on 3rd down, Franklin. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Fox in punt formation.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3.
Now again, right side, Sampson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Browns.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Back to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. At the Steelers.
He'll look to throw. Screenplay set up for Williams. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
They'll set up a throw. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
That's good for Steelers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. Well, this one, they may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the 40-yard line.
Looking to throw. Franklin. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
And the Browns first down.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And they're going to have the 25-yard line.
First down, Browns.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Taken down back at the 49-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. That's right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
A gain of 30. First down, Cleveland.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And the question question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And they'll run again. And this time he'll score. Touchdown, Cleveland. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. For left side, caught by the tight end flyer move. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They're taken right on the 30. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Up the middle they go. Sampson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there, with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Browns look like they're about into their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Working to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Franklin. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front. 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. 3rd and 8.
Down at the 31. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd.
Operating from the gun. Franklin. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to launch it for Washington. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. throw. Franklin. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. For the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's third down. Looking to throw. Franklin. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. Finishing strong with 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Steelers 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Pittsburgh Steelers.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Here's Freiermuth again. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. He finds his man complete. That's Cummings. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Number 87. It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles, in the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Browns, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Pitt,